you can't look at Taylor Swift, one of the biggest acts in the world, and to say that it doesn't totally make sense that she would do the 2023 halftime Super Bowl show. Is Taylor Swift playing the 2023 Super Bowl halftime show? So here has what sparked this whole conversation. So when the NFL announced at midnight Eastern time that Apple Music is the new sponsor of the Super Bowl halftime show, the Swifties, right? So her fans started to speculate, well, is this connected to what number one that she's doing with her release, because she has an album coming out, right? So with the album released, I think the album is Midnights, right?
Yes.
Plural.
Yes.
Okay. So they're now speculating that, well, it makes sense because there's a couple of things that play in this. Not only does she have this album coming out, and she has said before that she likes to tease, and she likes to basically have these Easter eggs that, you know, will tease for the fans that something is coming. And so we're always paying attention, and they seem to be really smart. So that's why I'm paying attention. So Midnights comes out October 21st. And in a less obvious reason, Apple Music announced the fact that, you know, obviously Pepsi is no longer doing the halftime show.
Right.
Decade-long agreement is now done. Okay. And guess who's picking it up? Who is it?
Apple.
That's right. So Apple Music is the one that is picking this up. And so part of the issue was that, you know, Swift was kind of working with Coca-Cola, right? And you can't have the rival artist on behalf of Coca-Cola doing a show in a Pepsi-sponsored halftime show, right?
Now it's open season.
Right. So that's why they're saying there's too many things happening right now. And so we think that it would also make sense, right? You can't look at Taylor Swift, one of the biggest acts in the world, and to say that it doesn't totally make sense that she would do the 2023 halftime Super Bowl show. So what do you think?
I mean, I think it's a no-brainer. I mean, I think you're running out of a lot of really huge acts to really make an impact at some point for these Super Bowl halftime shows. I mean, you know, last year, I mean, you had the Dre and Snoop and Eminem and Mary J. Blige and Kendrick. I mean, it was incredible. I mean, years before you had Shakira and J-Lo, and you know, you had Bruno Mars, you had The Weeknd, and so I think it's a no-brainer that they want to get Taylor Swift. It's time for Taylor Swift to hit the stage for sure.
Now, well, let's play a little bit of devil's advocate, right? So in 2015, that's when Taylor started to really criticize music platforms, which included Apple, right? And she was saying, you know, basically you are taking too much from artists, you're not paying them, but Apple was one of the only platforms that actually kind of like listened to her. And so she goes, Apple is treating me like a voice of the creative community. So whilst, you know, maybe a little bit of a broken past, they've now come together. So for all those reasons, Apple is the big sponsor for the halftime show. Will Taylor Swift be the pick?
I think it'd be a fantastic opportunity, you know, for Taylor. I think it's a fantastic opportunity if the Super Bowl could get her. I think it'd be a fantastic opportunity for our home state of Arizona to.
What do you think, Taylor Swift and Kanye West? Oh, stop it.
That'd be cool. That would be, they were just like totally getting along, like he's doing
I was
Famous
gonna say,
with
where
her
are they
on
at?
the stage.
Where are they at in their relationship right now? Because I feel like they've had times, obviously, where they had issues, but then they started coming back together, and then, you know, one of them did something to piss off the other.
Man, you can't trust Kanye.
Yeah, I don't know how well that would go. Gonna be hard to beat last year's show. So I would say, guys, in the last couple of years, what would be your favorite halftime show and why? Leave a comment down below or a comment in the chat and let us know. What do you think? Do you have any?
You could put your all times in there too. I mean, you know, I just don't necessarily want to see Prince 80 times because obviously that was the best of all time.
But for Taylor Swift, would it even make sense for her to do it? Because as a marketing tactic, this is one of the absolute best, and it's an honor, but it's one of the best things that you can do as far as, hey, the next thing I'm going to announce is I'm going on tour. Hey, the next thing I'm going to announce is the release of something. So do we know if she has anything coming up? So what we know, at least as of now,
just that we have the Midnights thing, but that's coming up before the Super Bowl. So I mean, that could be a precursor to the tour. That could be, you know, I mean, it's an incredible opportunity for marketing. But I would think it'd have to make sense for Taylor Swift for it all just to really line up with her plans. Because at the same point, while it will be an incredible boost for Taylor Swift's tour and album are going to do fantastic with or without the Super Bowl. Like, it's her appearing on the Super Bowl will have, I mean, obviously it'll give it a bump. It'll give her way more awareness, get people way more excited. But I mean, that record's just, it's going to be it's going to be number one. Her tour is going to sell out. Like, Taylor has no worry of selling out a tour.
So on YouTube, I don't pay attention to the Super Bowl much. It was the artist that made me watch it, but Taylor's a great artist. It would be silly for her not to if she gets the opportunity. Now we have, wasn't who was it that had said no to doing the
So
Super Bowl?
Right. So there's conflicting reports, and that's why we're just talking about speculation, because I haven't seen anything from Taylor's actual official social media. But you have different sources saying no, but they got the inside score. And then you had TMZ just recently reported that she said that she wasn't going to play it because she wanted to make sure that she recorded her albums first, because she's re-recording all of her records. And so now she wants to finish all of those first, and then she was like, I definitely want to play the Super Bowl. We'll wait and see in the next couple of days, because this story isn't going to go away, because you'll read one blog and it'll say yes, and you'll read the other blog and it'll say no. Now, what I think is going to end up happening is I think you might see her there. Only because the speculation and stuff. I mean, it's a way to test out there to see what the hype is about Taylor Swift, if she's going to do it or not. I mean, she could just, you know what I mean? Like, it could be way more pressure for her to do it, and she could change her mind. But it's curious, but I think we'll definitely see Taylor. I'm going to be definitely keeping my eyes on the blogs and seeing what they're reporting to see if she ends up doing it, or if there's some other kind of collaboration.
All right, so for the community in the chat, before we gavel, make sure you drop your final vote. Will Taylor Swift be performing at the 2023 halftime Super Bowl performance? Yes or no? I'm going to say no. I don't think that she's going to perform, because it doesn't make sense for the lineup, and she's incredibly smart with her marketing and promotion. So I'm saying no. What do you say?
I say, yeah, no, I don't think she will, but I think it's definitely coming.
All right, and we'll continue to follow and give you guys the updates.